Things haven't always been easy for me growing up. When I was a lot younger, there was a close family friend that came into our lives, and he lived with us for a long time. My dad always had this vision that he could be someone who helped troubled people. When he introduced this person into our lives, things seemed to go fine, but I was sexually abused for most of my childhood. And nobody knew about it. How can nobody see what's going on? There were people who came out and said, you know, I'm worried about this relationship I see between your son and this man. There's something there. And my family was like, oh, no, he's just a teenager. He's just lashing out. I could never say it out loud. And I turned to things to try to soothe that pain. I tried to look at pornography for some relief. Maybe I thought I could control my sexuality since it was being controlled for me. And then I was introduced to drugs and alcohol. All that pain I had felt was just numbed. I hated who I was. I hated that I was doing drugs. I hated that I was watching pornography. But I was just in pain, and I didn't know how to escape it. I was so afraid to say something, like I'd be an inconvenience to somebody else, and I just wanted to carry it all by myself. I was going to music school at the time. That's where I met Janessa, who's my wife. We started reading this book together called Purpose-Driven Life. It asks you all these questions. We just started talking about our lives, and as we got deeper and deeper into the book, I started sharing things about myself that I'd never shared with anybody before. That openness and conversation allowed for me to feel comfortable. I just started talking about what happened to me. It just came out. One of the most important things that Jen did was just to listen. And she was the first person I told. Just speaking it gave healing. And I just kept talking and talking. And she just listened to all of it. Putting to words what happened to me is when I started to change. When I used to look into the mirror, I saw someone who was aimless and didn't have strength to confront the tragedy in my life. It's better to face the horrors of life head on, because there's a strength within all of us. Jesus has that strength, and it can come out in us. And we can face anything with him. When you got Jesus, you have someone who's got your back. It doesn't matter what has come or what is to come. You're always hopeful about life. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, even in the darkest times. That's what Jesus can offer. I want the best in me to come out, and I just believe that when you're with Christ, that's what happens. I don't identify with the pain and tragedy in my life. I identify with the hope and renewing spirit of Christ.